Okay, hi guys, welcome to our first YouTube live. I have my partner here, Heikel, and myself, LP Hero Homes. We also have a guest, Wawa,
Hi, I'm
inside here.
Wawa with
We
Hero
are
Homes
gonna,
here.
yeah, from Hero Homes. We're
Yeah.
gonna entertain you with our property knowledge and discussion. Hopefully, I'm
Yes.
trying to be as hyper as I can.
We have to.
We have to,
So we have more viewers, huh?
yeah, hopefully. So it's a YouTube live. So it's
Our
like,
first time.
yeah.
I
So
think mentioned before.
there's no editing, there's no nothing. So you shall see.
So maybe
everything.
on our YouTube live, first
Yeah.
time, also want to announce for the first time, we managed to sell a HDB flat for $1 million just last week.
Wonderful.
All right. So it's in Bendemeer. It's an executive flat, which is just 28 years old. It's been in the market for coming to like 3 to 4 months. And okay, maybe I'll share a little bit more about this because eventually we want to talk about $1 million HDB flats.
Yes.
Yeah. So we sold the flat at 1 million, but it wasn't straightforward. We actually had multiple offers like 980, 970, 960. Of course, it got higher lah. But when we got it, my sellers were actually surprised because even though they set a high price of 1.15,
That was the opening price
that was
they
the
asked
opening
you
price.
to...
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think none of us expected to actually get an offer of $1 million eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last transacted?
Last transacted was actually 3-4 months ago at 935K. Just next block, like literally next block.
Oh, wow.
So we got it, and that was on a higher floor.
Okay.
Oh.
So we got it at $1 million. But of course the sellers were when I got the lower offers, I thought they were gonna accept already. But I think the seller was just trying to see whether they can really get. Yeah, so it was interesting because one of the sellers was based overseas.
Okay.
So I actually had to explain to her or announce to her that we had an offer through video call.
Okay.
So it was a 4-way, me, the daughter, husband, and wife. So when I told them we had $1 million, they were like half in belief, half laughing, but also telling me, "Hey, see, I told you so. We could
So
have
they
done
were
it."
just trying their luck when they wanted that 1.5 million. They were just
Trying their luck.
trying
but we really
to
got it.
see whether you can...
Yeah, but of course, for me, I wouldn't take a client's instruction just blindly.
Yeah, of
So
course.
check the
Correct.
transactions
Yeah,
and all
of
that.
course.
Yeah, but seeing how the market was going, what's going on in the news, I felt that we actually had a chance.
Okay.
It's a small chance. Okay, take lah, try lah. Yeah, after 3 months, they got the price. Happy for them. Really happy for them. Yeah, but sorry, come.
Yeah. So I mean, but it's not uncommon. Okay, it's actually quite common to see $1 million HB flats.
Yes, nowadays.
This unit is in the core central region. It's quite near to town.
Yeah, it's just minutes away to like
minutes away to
Bugis,
town. So what you see is almost all the transactions of
Yeah.
these $1 million HB flats.
Correct.
It's a big size, like a property like Woodlands Jumbo,
Yeah.
you know, or Pasir Ris Jumbo, even sold for $1 million and above. But for Heikel's case, it is the location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
and
It's
also
rare.
size, because in that
size.
location, in core central region, where can you get the property 1,004 square feet with 4 bedrooms,
Correct.
Yeah.
right? Walking distance to MRT, walking distance to everything under like it was $1 million,
Yeah.
you know?
Property. But what do you think you can get, if you want to buy a private property at that area with that kind of price? What do you think?
1 bedroom.
1 bedroom,
If you're
old,
lucky, a 2-bed, 1 bath.
a bed layout
Lucky.
probably.
Yeah, very
So
tight.
buyers are looking at size when they consider your unit,
Yes.
right?
So the buyer that bought most likely is really not from a financial perspective. Huh? Most likely we don't know, because if you bought $1 million,
Yeah.
you know how far, how much are you
How
gonna
much?
sell?
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised.
for own
lah.
use. They're buying for own use. I think
For own use,
a
yeah.
lot of these buyers who eventually buy $1 million is really for their own use. Not so much of an investment, I would say. Because they are coming with big families.
Correct.
Right. They got 3 generations coming together, staying together, so they need the space. And if they want to go for jumbo flats today, we're all looking easily. Even in Woodlands, Yishun has already sold
Yep.
$1 million. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
You should know.
Yeah, $1 million
Yeah.
for a jumbo flat. Yeah, so I think that's the pattern that we are seeing. A lot of these buyers who came down to view my property, they were all local families. They were all big families. Yeah, and a lot of them were coming from private
Private
property.
properties.
Who are
Yes.
downgraders? Yeah.
Downgraders.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, a few days ago, a property in Marine Parade, sold for $1 million, block 28 or block 26. I can't recall.
That's really old, right?
Yeah, it's so basically 50 years lease balance,
Wow.
and the couple who bought, according to the agent, is old couple, above 50 years old, and they've downsized from a landed property. So they for them, right, they are around 50s. Lease balance is 50.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't
right?
matter.
Yeah,
$1 million, they pay
true.
cash. They also cannot take a loan anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So they buy this type of properties. It's a full sea view. You cannot imagine if District 15, how much? 1 million, what can you get? District 15. Maybe something at Teluk Kurau, face another neighbor.
Yeah, you cannot
One
get a
bedder,
three
two
bedroom.
bedder.
Yeah.
So there is an attraction
Yeah.
for $1 million HDB flats.
Yeah. So do you think this trend of $1 million HDB flats, will it die down, or will there be more and more of such properties in the future?
Yeah, well, what do you think?
I think there will be still, flats which are selling for 1 million because, like you said, people are going for size.
Right?
Yeah, and if you want something which is nearer to town, the best, with that kind of price, you get space.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
So, but before that, I'd like to thank the 7 viewers watching. Hello, hi guys.
Hi.
We are live.
Okay,
Thanks
bear
for
with us.
watching during work hours.
Watching.
Someone is watching. Okay.
I have another question. I think, so that we will see more and more HDB flats selling above 1 million.
Right.
But will there be a spillover
effect.
We're just talking about this.
Yeah. Well, what Heikel means is basically, we got all these jumbos at $1 million EAs.
So let's say in Yishun, we
Yishun.
already have $1 million jumbo flat.
Will the 5-room flats be
Pushed up.
Yeah,
Will the 4-room flats follow? Will the 4-room flats push up?
Most
3-room
likely
flats-
no. Bottom line,
Why?
okay,
Yeah.
why? It's because the main reason people are buying this jumbo, for example, or this, it's rare. It's rare. You buy a jumbo, you get to rent out this property, and if you're eyeing for jumbo, you most likely you're gonna just buy a jumbo unit. They
And-
probably can move to Yishun and buy another jumbo unit.
Yeah, and I think the fact that these people can easily afford a private property,
Yeah,
Mm,
yes,
you
you
yes.
know, I think their income levels are maybe not the average HDB owners. I might be wrong. Okay, this is just my opinion. So they definitely might not even consider a 5-room HDB or 3-room HDB or 4-room HDB. If they were to consider such sizes, they would probably just buy a private property. But because they need the space,
The size,
it's so
yeah.
rare even
True.
in private property.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have client who is able to afford a private property, but they choose to go for HDB instead because
fine.
why? It's just about the size. They just cannot appreciate the size.
Of a
Condo.
private property.
Yeah, they don't have the room.
What is the size of a jumbo on average?
Close to 1,007.
Yeah.
2007? No lah, I think
2002.
minimum is 1,006 onwards actually.
Mm.
Actually, there's smaller jumbos lah,
Yeah.
but I would say if it's lesser than 1,005, even though classification is
Yeah.
still a jumbo in HDB because
You're right.
how they okay. But I would say today people who want to spend $1 million, close to $1 million, they will only look at 1,006, 1,007 onwards.
Correct.
You're right.
Correct.
So
So size matters.
If you are, so again, what's the lesson learned here? I mean, if you're a HDB owner living in RCR, all these properties that are outside OCR, Bendemeer, Tua Payoh, Clementi, there's a good chance that your HDB flat will probably get $1 million. You better check the valuation.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you're talking about sellers or buyers?
we're talking about
Sellers.
sellers. Yeah,
Sellers.
sellers.
So for the buyers who buy, what kind of problems are we looking? Let's say problem.
Yeah.
Because
Challenges.
Yeah,
Would you,
challenges.
would you as a buyer buy a property which is above 1 million?
If I'm looking for size and there's no
Wait,
financial,
personally,
I won't lah. Personally lah.
Yeah, because really I don't know if I can sell it at a profit. Whatever we buy, we always want to sell it
profit,
at a higher price, right?
But not everybody buys properties for profit.
You're right.
Okay.
Okay, so
100%.
So I only have me, my wife, my 2 cats, my bicycles. Okay, so I don't need a jumbo.
I guess a cat needs a room too, right?
My cat has a room. My cat have
So
a room.
jumbo, the buyers that we have for jumbo, usually they move in with their parents.
Parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the people who buy
Big families.
and it's usually a utilitarian. You know what I mean? It's a utility move. They buy a property jumbo that size is really
for
for
practical reasons.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So practical reasons, not really so much of investment. If anybody who buys $1 million HDB flat,
For investment, oh my god.
I think I wouldn't. That's not the advice I would give
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
for a topic in a while. But I wouldn't buy because of I don't need the size. Yeah, if I can afford $1 million property, I would buy something which I feel potentially in the next 5 to 7 years can generate me some
financial
profit.
reward, profits lah, profits.
Yeah.
So that is the discussion for HDB flats, the $1 million HDB flats. Anything else to Wawa, maybe can talk about jumbo flats. Will it make money in the future if you buy a jumbo?
If
I'm wondering.
I buy a jumbo, I would buy it for retirement. I mean,
Space.
with age.
But you old lady, then you want
space.
to...
No, for retirement, as in buy now, like at this age, not when I'm already 60 and buy a jumbo. But now, buy a jumbo instead of HDB. I mean, instead of condo. And because I want the space, and then when I'm like 60, when kids are all grown up, then that's the property I have for my retirement.
So they can stay together with you lah.
Yeah.
So it's really like multi-generational planning.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. But then you will be selling for a loss, you're okay?
I mean, if I'm already like 65 when I sell, right? Whatever is invested into that property, I am able to cash it out after I retire.
Okay, so again, what this means, right? HDB, please build bigger properties if possible. 5-room flats because people want bigger space.
Yes.
Okay. So what about you guys? Will you buy $1 million HDB flat?
Our viewers.
Yeah, our viewers watching now.
Do we still have 7 viewers? Has it dropped?
Yeah.
9
9 viewers.
Maybe you can
So 9
comment.
viewers,
Just,
thank you.
Just us. We are here to just
Share
address.
below.
Yeah, we're
Will you
here
buy
to address.
this 1 million HDB flats and why or why not?
I want to bring up the fact that we are seeing $1 million flats in jumbo flats and executive flats.
Yes.
These are actually two very different type of properties.
Yeah, that's true.
One each. Because you have executive flats which are still 20 plus years old. But most jumbo flats are already 30 pushing 40 years old already.
Correct.
Yes.
That's
So
true.
the lease matters because especially if you're a young buyer, you want to buy using loans, using CPF, you might not be able to get full financing when you buy a jumbo. But
right.
if you buy an executive flat, for example, if you want to buy a 1.2 mil in Bishan or in Pasir Ris where the executive flats are just 20 odd years old,
Yes.
you might actually you can use your full CPF.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not many people know that maybe when they buy a jumbo, because of the age, they actually have to down a lot more cash. Then they have to top up a lot more cash. So the profile of such buyers tend to be older when they buy jumbo.
Loaded.
Loaded.
No need to take loan. They cannot take loan if they want to.
Yeah, usually they are downgraders.
Downgraders.
They're
Yeah, but
downgraders.
for those who want to buy aspirational buyers, you want to buy, unfortunately, you want to buy $1 million property, HDB. Yeah, then likely your best option would be those executive flats.
Yeah.
And
Or the younger ones.
Yeah.
Or the younger. Yeah. I mean younger HDB flats.
Younger
lah,
HDB
if
flats.
possible.
Those DBSS.
DBSS types.
Yeah.
Yeah. Closer to town.
Okay, so that's for I guess. Wait, let's see what else do I want to talk about.
Do you know when was the first $1 million HDB flat sold? When was it?
18.
Oh, I
17.
saw a video on YouTube 2012 lah. Just
Wow,
now.
serious.
Even in
Wow.
2012,
But there was
people were
just
already
two
buying.
transactions only. But now every month you have
Wow.
20 transactions. Crazy, yeah.
Okay, but let's not forget, this recently there's just more and more. In fact, one of them sold for 1.4 recently, which is one of the highest. Okay, because I forgot which HDB flat, 1.4 million.
Oh.
So what it means?
Henderson.
Not sure. But what it means is we are at an all-time high. HDB prices is now all-time high. Okay, do you think is it because of that as well? Is it because now people don't want to wait for their BTO 6 years? So okay lah, we buy HDB and it's pushing all these buyers to actually go.
Not so much.
Or
I can
is
tell
it just coincidental?
I can tell you the profile of buyers that came to my listing that just sold.
Yep.
All of them were selling and buying.
Right.
So they were all second timers. They were all in their 40s.
Yes.
So sorry, what's the question again?
Okay, so the question is, it could be, this $1 million HDB flats prices could come down.
Yeah, it
right?
could, right?
Maybe it could come down because
Sorry,
because of-
somebody just made a comment. If can afford, sure.
yeah, exactly.
So Death by Milo will buy HDB.
Death
even
by
if-
Milo.
Yeah. Hi Milo.
Don't put extra sugar lah.
Wait. You
Sorry.
what's the question?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, could it be just because now recently because prices of HDB are all-time high? So that's why there are more $1 million HDB flats. Or is it just coincidental?
Yes, I think the prices being pushed up initially buy, okay, so for example, just now we said the jumbo flats will not have a spillover.
Yes.
I believe it's because the income levels of jumbo buyers and those normal HDB buyers are two classes, separate classes.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Okay, so but when the prices of 5-room flats or 4-room flats become higher and higher and higher because those who are rejecting their BTO wants to quickly buy a resale flat, those it pushes up the resale flat prices. So on the other side, when the jumbo flat sellers wish to sell and downgrade to a smaller flat, they realize, hey, I need to sell my property flats, my jumbo flats are a bit higher.
Correct.
But then a lot of people want size after circuit break, after COVID-19. They really want size.
People like to stay home.
Like to stay home. So
correct.
then I think that class of buyers who are going into jumbo really just able and flex their, saying, so that's my answer lah.
Okay,
Okay.
fantastic. So we'll just
We've got
respond
somebody,
to some.
yeah.
Is en bloc a risky game? When
Sub-sale condo. What's your thought on sub-sale condo?
okay, what's your thoughts on sub-sale condo, Haikal?
I'm actually selling a sub-sale condo, Florence residence, 2-bed, 1 bath. So if you want, you can call me.
Okay, thoughts on sub-sale condo?
Because I'm selling a sub-sale condo now, I will say yes, right? Because you still have profit margins down the road. Because you are still buying earlier before you collect the key. And usually when the condos hit TOP, you collect the key, that's when the prices jump the most. So you still have a chance to see profits. But your profit margin will not be as high as the first owner.
First owner.
Given the chance, would you rather be a sub-sale owner or a first owner?
First owner, of course. Definitely first owner.
Yeah,
Just in terms of profits alone. But anyway, for the viewer, sub-sale basically means the property is not ready yet. But because the first buyer bought the 3 years SSD is done, seller stamp duty, so now they can sell.
So usually it's after the third year.
I fold my leg, now my leg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So sub-sale, it depends. Like Haikal said, the Florence maybe it's an option. Okay.
But not all properties will be profitable even in the sub-sale market. So you need to understand the price point you're going in, the quality, the build quality of the project you're coming in, and most importantly, the
Location.
exit
Exit strategy.
Pay attention.
Okay.
I talk too much. They all
Okay.
grown up.
Yeah.
So exit strategy is very important. If you're looking for
Yes.
profitable sub-sale.
Yes.
If you're looking for a sub-sale just for own use, again, buy what you really like. That's it.
Okay, so now we got 12 viewers. Keep it coming. Okay.
And keep the questions, keep it coming.
There's a very good question, retracted, but it's en bloc risky. If you're buying a HDB flat,
Check one.
if you're buying an
Or
old HDB
WhatsApp
flat,
can
Yeah,
Let's
okay,
say-
delete. Sorry.
an old HDB flat, okay, then you cannot en bloc. It's not called en bloc anyway. It's called like selective en bloc relocation scheme. You got no choice. You must sell. But if-
That's HDB.
that's
en bloc.
HDB en bloc. But if for a condo en bloc, to be honest, it's like playing Toto.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing Toto. Sometimes, like example, Mandarin Garden.
Mm.
How many times kena trying en bloc?
2, 3.
Then now caught in the lease decay period already.
Yeah.
Too greedy.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
So,
So en bloc is risky. Personally, that's what I
There's
feel.
another question.
we
from my
we actually have a video on how you can identify properties that could be unblockable down the road. But like what Elfie said, even in the video we preface by saying that anything you buy with the objective to be en bloc is very risky. It's high risk.
High risk.
But high risk, high return.
Yeah, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Basically, again, what's the question? How about risk?
Yeah, it's almost the same
profitable?
question. Resale condo
No.
potential unblock.
The risk.
Long-term price growth, natural price growth will be very, very slow.
Stagnant almost.
Yeah, you will only make a lot of money when your property actually becomes en bloc. So to understand how, because the landscape for en bloc market has changed also in the last, since 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, now you cannot go for those big projects. You really must go for those Telok Kurau, those boutique developments. Yeah, that will be easily unblockable by the developers. Meaning to say, it's a small project. Developer don't have to spend so much. They can unblock like a 12 units project. They don't have to spend so much. Their profit margin maybe quantum wise not so big, but percentage wise is still there.
Okay, what do you think is a profitable?
We're supposed to ask you. What do you think is a...
No, because I'm just okay. I think Ice Cream Studios is looking at what's profitable.
Cream
Why
Studios.
don't we share with this view what is a profitable
Condo?
project, or what is profitable to buy right now?
Okay. don't buy a property with such a short-term vision like, 3-5 years I want to make money. Okay, please have a longer term horizon, 10 years.
Yeah.
So let's say in 10 years, price go up, go down, don't care. Okay, you don't need to sell. You know, like Heikel always say, like, as long as you got your reserve, you can sustainable.
Yeah, correct.
Then it should be a longer term horizon. And then, make sure you buy something you like and you probably can afford.
Yeah, we're actually working on a new video,
On YouTube?
sharing with you how to select projects that will have a higher chance of being profitable, even in resale market.
Yes.
Yeah, down the road. Because like I said, as I mentioned earlier just now, it's all about the price point that you go in, price point within the project, price point within the area, talking about the build quality, talking about the floor plan, talking about the facilities, talking about just the quality of the project as opposed to the neighboring units. And also the most important again, exit strategy.
Yeah.
Because if you buy a very cheap project, very nice layout, but located in Tuas, maybe not easy to sell in future. So we want to find a good mix of three qualities: price, entry price, and quality. So that's
Okay.
a long topic lah. So
It's a very long. Once you start talking about private properties, there's
Yeah.
just so many aspects, so many angles.
It's true.
So
I want to go back to our original topic, which
Yes.
is
$1 million HDB flats.
yes.
Would you buy?
Would you buy? But is it
Would you
actually
buy?
time for a break, Mr. Producer?
Soon. Maybe another 1 minute.
Oh, 5 more minutes.
Okay, 5 more
Okay.
minutes.
So you got more questions, Ken? We can answer.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I want to go back to the point whereby we were talking about whether a lot of $1 million properties will pull up prices again.
Of the 4-room flats and
Yeah,
5-room
we
flats.
only
Yeah.
touched the surface just now because I think it's a very interesting topic. You were
Yeah.
researching more on this.
Okay, so probably it won't pull up the 4-room or 5-room.
I
price
agree.
range.
I don't think it will pull up.
so.
Because like I said, buyers who are looking for these jumbo units, you think you want to buy jumbo, you want to consider 5-room?
Not
No,
really.
because jumbo is rare. I mean,
Right?
like 5 rooms.
You want to buy
everywhere.
Meshnet, you want to buy a 5-room flat? No.
No.
So these
Yeah.
are 2 group of buyers. If I cannot find a Woodlands jumbo, guess what? I'm going to go to a Yishun jumbo.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a Pasir Ris jumbo even.
Because I die need the
Need
size.
the size. Yeah.
Mm.
So 4-room, 5-room, same. So
We've got the last question
last question.
for
Okay.
Mr. Bizarre. For
We've
resale
got a lot of
condo,
questions.
personally, what?
Okay, for
age of
resale
the
condo,
project?
personally, what age of the project do you think that the appreciation will be stagnant? Actually, most lah, to be honest. Most resale condos, okay, after the move-in, once people, after subsale lah, usually, right? They tend to slow down. Not to say stagnant, it's just a slow growth. Okay, eventually it will increase
Yes.
due to inflation,
right?
Yep.
because everything is just going to go
Supply.
expensive anyway. And if there are new launches, they are going to pull up your price as well. Okay, because people will compare.
Yeah.
So but try to buy as new as possible. lah.
Yeah, that's the
Right?
best one, right?
So I think the question specifically about what age do you think the project will see a stagnation in the appreciation? I also agree with Elfie. Most of the time it's at TOP, 1 year, 2 years after TOP. Usually that's when prices start to stagnate.
And especially you have another development just going to be
Nearby.
built. Yeah,
But
nearby,
I
right?
think this phenomenon in Singapore right now, whereby just a few years ago we were seeing an oversupply of new launches.
Right.
But in the coming few years, 2025 onwards, we're going to see a super undersupply of new properties, new private properties entering the market. And I think that will drive prices
To go.
in
might.
today's market.
Yeah.
Whether prices go up or down, it's all about the supply of houses coming into the market today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
agree.
Maybe one day we'll talk about interest rate
Interest
and
rates.
inflation and how it impacts property price.
Yeah.
But for today, I think also Wawa, any final thoughts on these $1 million HDB flats to the viewers? Do you have any advice to
Yeah,
impart?
I mean, like if it's a jumbo or EA, I mean,
worth buying.
yes, I will still consider because this is rare.
Yeah.
Governments are not building any more EA jumbo flats. So, but I don't think 5-room will go up.
Jumbo EA EM. 3. Which one will you choose?
I will go for EM.
Why?
Okay,
You
EM
must climb
because
stairs, no?
yeah, but people who wants that landed feel, okay, because
Landed feel.
yeah, landed feel, will want to buy. First, the rooms are all upstairs, so it's private.
Private.
Yeah, and then it's
Yeah.
just that landed feel.
Yourself?
Okay.
EA, Jumbo. Wait. Answer.
Oh yeah, jumbo. Confirm jumbo.
Why?
Okay, a lot of space. Nowadays people just stay at home a lot more than normal. If COVID comes again, lockdown, I got a lot of space.
Yeah, that's
To
true.
hide
Happy
from,
happy
yeah.
cleaning and happy dusting still for
Okay,
Jambu.
so what about you?
Me, I think for many years I thought I would only want to buy an executive apartment
Okay.
because I like everything on one floor.
Yes.
But I think like this year our clients invited us to their new homes after Hari Raya. They
Yes.
invite me come down. So I just saw how EMs can be so nice.
Yeah, right.
I think my cats will like to climb.
Yeah.
I won't enjoy lah.
Yeah.
I got
But you have to have strong knees. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michael cannot.
yeah.
Michael cannot. Okay, guys. So that's it for the discussion. Let's have a break before we go into the second topic, which is talking about profitable condos.
Yes.
Quite interesting. See you guys later.
You know.
My job is to make property upgrading easier because property owners just don't know their options. F and Farah. Aspiring condo owners who are not interested.
Wow, simple things like this also now so ex.
See, condo prices also very high.
I don't think we can afford it. Might like just stay here.
You guys are doing okay. Why don't you meet Hero Homes to run through the numbers first, just to be sure? On Zoom. See, you guys can afford 6 years of reserve funds. Nice. Michael and Janet can never agree on anything. Everything confuses them.
Mochi, I watch soccer lah.
I watch news.
I watch YouTube.
Fashion.
How much mention it?
Condo please.
Mention it ke?
Condo need money. You guys don't have to decide now. Why don't you meet Hero Homes first to run through the numbers in person? Now you guys are 100% sure. John and Seth has been living here for the past 5 years. Now they are looking for the next move.
Wow, we got lucky with this EC.
But do you really think it's enough for retirement?
Why leave your retirement to chance? Meet Hero Homes to play your retirement through property. Hero Homes means clarity and confidence in your property strategy. That's why Hero Homes is chosen by over 500 property upgraders since 2016. Meet Hero Homes by clicking on the blue button below.
2 hours lah.
Wait, was it blue?
Yeah. 2 hours. Free.
Free?
Free, yeah.
Okay, click on the link below.
What color?
Blue.
Okay, and we are back live, and we still have how many people? Oh, 12 people. Oh, 4 people left. already.
Hello, 12 people.
Okay. So the next topic that we're going to be talking about would be 5.
Most unprofitable condos in Singapore.
Yes. Thanks.
What can you learn? What are the lessons here?
So we all think that private property all make money, right? But
Maybe,
actually there are
yeah.
people also who lose money, quite a lot of money,
Yep.
and some of the top losers quite surprising in my opinion lah.
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe Mahi, can you flash the So as you can see, there's 5 top 5 condominiums with the most unprofitable transactions in the last year. Okay. So at the very top we have
Reflections at Keppel Bay.
You wanna
Yeah.
share more?
So Reflections at Keppel Bay, it is a very iconic development. So when you drive past Teluk Belanga area, you'll see the 6 towers. You know, it's like 10 minutes away from Vivo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see all these funky towers.
Yeah,
it's like the
yeah,
steel.
yeah.
Okay. What I thought previously was, people who buy here confirm make money.
Mm.
But in fact, if you look at Reflections now, there are a lot of losses.
Yeah.
And it is number 1 on this list. But why? Okay, why? Maybe Wawa, you wanna share? some knowledge about Reflections. Maybe why do you think these people are making losses at Reflections? It's such an iconic development.
Maybe too many developments there.
Okay.
And
Too many units.
too many units there, and facilities.
Okay.
Maybe facilities is one of the factor.
Okay. We've seen the facilities, right? And we feel like it's a bit underwhelming, lah, to be honest. But beyond that, right? Because there are 1,000 plus units, it's a mega development. Okay. 82,000 square meters worth of land. It's a huge land. Many units, and there's such a stark contrast, lah, between the sea view units and the units facing inside. So price disparity. So that's why the price, if you see Reflections, is all over the place.
Yeah.
And the first owners bought in 2007, which is very, very expensive back then.
There was one owner back in 2007 who bought an entire block.
Yes, Taiwanese business woman.
Lady, and she actually engaged us to sell the entire block.
83 units.
She was in a rush to sell.
Okay.
So I managed to sell one of the units.
Right. Wow, congrats.
With Kalintong,
Yes,
all that.
yes.
So it was interesting because she had a stipulation saying that if you agree to whatever price, you must complete the entire transaction within 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so to buy a HDB today takes 4 months. To buy a
Yeah.
private property today takes minimum 3 months. She wants to get it done in 6 weeks. So buyers had to speak to lawyers to say that, hey, this seller got issue one, need to sell chop.
Yeah.
So not all sellers, not all law firms were willing to work with the buyer that wanted to buy.
With that
Yeah.
short span of time.
That was what. Yeah. So and that contributed to fluctuating the prices there.
You're right. When we have a monopoly, when we got a buyer buying the whole tower, they can sell at, there's market imbalance in the condo project. So Reflections, I'm surprised, but at the same time, not so surprised if you look deeper into Reflections. Lesson learned here is, doesn't mean it's iconic, doesn't mean it looks nice, that you'll guarantee make money.
So I was surprised to see Reflections to be one of the top few unprofitable. The second one, I'm very, very surprised.
Park Rosewood.
I am surprised. I mean, it's at Woodlands. I mean, like,
A lot of HDB upgraders at Woodlands.
yeah.
They
That's right.
first few 2-3 properties they're gonna talk. I want to upsize pula. I want to upgrade to Park Rosewood. What do you think? What do you think, Mama, of Park Rosewood?
Okay, I've brought a buyer there before, and we went to see the penthouse.
Okay.
Size.
Yes.
Right.
Size. you
Plus?
know,
Okay.
plus,
So
on the upper,
Wait.
on the upper
this
deck,
guy.
he's always excited. So, but on the upper deck, what you have is only a jacuzzi, and that's
Correct.
it.
Yes.
So when my buyers look at it, like,
Weird,
I'm buying for space, for that space, then it's you
Ask him
can't
buy
really
jumbo lah.
utilize. That's right. So macam you naik tangga, then you just see just bare. That's
Okay.
it. So
I think this brings back to the first point I mentioned earlier. When you want to buy a property, whether it's going to be profitable or not, one, entry price. Two,
price.
exit strategy. Exit
Yes.
strategy for Park Rosewood is good because you got a lot of graders who wants to buy condo there.
Yeah.
Sell to them.
But the quality there is it's not easy to accept.
Yes.
Yeah, even your 3-bedroom units is a 900 square feet with a big
Balcony.
patio. Yeah, so not very easy for a lot of upgrades to accept.
Okay.
True.
I think what Heikel is saying is basically when you want to buy a 3-bedroom flat, minimum 900 square feet of living space lah.
Yes.
If you got
Who
That's the
you
living space.
imagine to be buying from yourself? You imagine that it's going to be another family buying from yourself. You likely they're going to have 2 kids, maybe 1 maid. So 900 square feet is like your HDB 4-room flat. But now you
Living
must
space.
set aside a big
Correct.
balcony. You must set aside all the so your living space becomes kecil.
Small lah.
Yeah.
Just to add on, Park Rosewood. Okay, a lot of, like I said, it's like this Airbnb. It's okay to live as an Airbnb place. You go up, you see
Holiday.
jacuzzi. 3 days you can. But on a practical day-to-day basis, please people, if you want to buy, avoid all these kind of units. You probably won't make money. Yes, Park Rosewood. Take note. The sale at Marina Bay.
Actually, that's what I'm more surprised about. Sale at Marina Bay.
Yeah. So 2012, Marina Bay area wasn't built up. The sale went up. Everybody said it was expensive, right?
Okay.
But now, studio apartments, 600 plus square feet, 1.4 million. Odd.
Yeah, I think we have sold and rented like
Multiple the sale units.
yeah.
The sale,
Before we were doing HDBs, we were doing private properties only.
District 1, District 2.
Yeah, so Sale, Cliff, Icon, condos were our playground. So I'm surprised to see that they are the top 5 most unprofitable projects this year.
But when you look into the sale again, there's such a disparity in the views. The view.
You've got the
So you see the
beautiful
MBS
view.
view and then the tennis court view,
car park view.
car park view. So
Yeah.
there's a few types of views. So hence the price disparity. Just to add on, when you're talking about reflections at Keppel Bay, Park Rosewood, the sale at Marina Bay, these are 3 groups of different buyers.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah?
They're totally different. right?
Reflections, orang kaya, all
Yeah.
these rich
Yeah.
people, they don't care about losses.
Correct.
So they'll just take the loss. The sale, you think they care? Yeah, investors
Care lah.
They care lah.
Lose
But
money.
I mean, still, it's not tak sakit lah. You know,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
But comparing people to maybe Park Rosewood, you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's the sale.
So the point you're trying to say is, doesn't matter high class, oh no, not say high class, low class. Doesn't matter where the property is, there really is a strong chance it can be unprofitable down the road.
Very
Yes,
strong.
yes.
So we cannot anyhow buy lah.
Correct. Because
Correct.
like just now you brought up, Michael brought up an important point, quality. So even some condos side by side, the quality of the condo is different. Architect different.
Yeah.
How to say, contractor different, developer different. So that's quality lah. So most likely the quality wise not so good lah. Okay. Okay, Wawa, what are your thoughts on Eco Bedok South Avenue 3? Address not so prestigious.
Also, if anyone got questions, anyone got
Anyone
Yeah.
got
comments,
questions on losses?
just go ahead.
Yeah, private property. What do you think of Eco? Have you been to Eco?
No, I've not been
Okay.
to Eco.
Yeah, I
Yeah, and but I know it's at Changi.
I think
Yeah,
the
Bedok South.
quality for Eco is actually quite nice.
Quite okay.
Yeah, actually
Yeah.
our client Jamit,
Oh, he bought Eco.
he rented a unit there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
while
You've
waiting-
been there.
Yeah, so I visited him there. I felt the project was actually very well built. Okay, then again, I was there for like 10 minutes lah. But my
okay.
first impression was actually very
Wow.
well. I mean, you got shops, you actually got a childcare center thingy there. Yeah, and you're very close to, you're within 1 kilometers of Temasek Primary School. That alone should be able to push up demand in future.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised to also see, actually very surprising to see a lot of projects that is not doing well.
This Eco, right, it is for me personally over there is the second best project to consider around that area. Of course, the address not so prestigious lah. Like I said, if
Bedok
opposite
South,
Tanah Merah,
right.
better lah. Now your address like Bedok South Avenue 3.
I mean, to compare Eco and Urban Vista,
Oh, side by side?
the
Opposite?
layout for the layout quality for Eco is so much better. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see Urban Vista here, but I'm surprised to see Eco.
Yep.
Maybe possibly the developers sold for too high,
Yes.
which did not allow the first
buyers.
to make a profit. Remember just now we said if we had a choice, we'll always buy.
Yeah.
We always want to be the first owner, but
Correct.
it looks like maybe it's better for you to be the second or possibly even the third owner.
So not all
in Eco.
projects, if you're a first owner, you will
Doesn't
make
mean,
money.
doesn't mean,
yeah.
doesn't mean. Number one, when the developer buys the land, right? If you know the price, you add on the construction cost, you add on,
Yeah.
then their profit margin. If their profit margin is 25,
high.
30%,
Yeah,
that means it's very difficult for a first buyer.
they make too
to
much.
make money. They make too much.
Yeah.
Then what you notice, like you Habitat, like Keppel Bay, first launch never make money. You know, in fact, after that the price go down. So might as well you buy later.
Yeah.
And price gonna go
Correct.
down lah. It will correct itself.
Yeah, and then always in times of uncertainty, that's when the developers lower their prices. Like back then, we had clients who purchased riverfront residence,
Yes.
tapestry, all that. It was like during the peak of oversupply.
Oversupply,
They bought thinking that 50-50 lah, right? But today, I think it's proven that they bought at the right time.
Correct.
Yeah, and also because the developers back then, they were a bit scared to push up their profit margins. Yeah, and the same thing is happening again today because there's fears of inflation coming in.
You're right.
So a lot of the developers are not pushing up their profit margins as high as they could during good times.
You're right.
Yeah.
So again, we have a question in. What are your thoughts on other unprofitable condos, or maybe what condos that may be the next most unprofitable? Okay lah. I can tell you for sure. I mean, this is again my opinion, which I see based on the ground. If you want to buy a condo, try not to buy the smaller condos like 15 units, 14 units. Number one, the chances of a buyer will not come to you, right?
The mass appeal is not
The
there.
mass appeal
Yeah,
is not there. Nobody will say, I want to buy this Abing Court condo. It's like in Teluk Kurau or something. So you get a lot lesser
True.
demand. Number two, no transaction. because got 15 units, no
Yeah,
transaction.
yeah.
Last transaction done 3 years ago, so the buyer also scared want to buy.
Correct.
Unless you want to buy for on block lah.
En bloc, you know. So these are the two things. Don't buy the smaller projects. Too high maintenance fees. Can you tahan or not? $400, $500.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Try to
true.
go with something with some
Slightly
mass
bigger.
market appeal,
Yes.
and buy something that you like. Okay, that you like. Don't buy something just because for the money factor. You know. So that's what I feel. What about you, Awa? What do you think is what may be the next most unprofitable condo in the future?
Mm.
I think that's a list that none of us will try to keep track of.
Can guess lah. Can guess lah.
Guess, I cannot guess.
Sentosa, most
Oh,
Sentosa.
Sentosa.
Okay, most Sentosa condos probably won't make money
Interesting.
because it's quite simple lah actually. What drives up demand in Singapore usually is our own locals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think it's the foreigners, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's our own locals.
True.
And will you buy Sentosa?
No.
Yeah.
Even if you can afford it.
Today, there is a new launch.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to know what's the per square foot value of a new launch in Sentosa today?
Minimum price or per square foot?
Per square foot?
Minimum 3,000
No.
per square foot.
Higher.
2,000.
$2,000.
And then you want to know how much Ang Mo Kio is going for? Okay lah. Maybe let's push it out a bit lah. Maybe 2002, 2003. Okay, do you want to guess Ang Mo Kio new launch? How much is it going for?
Amo, is it Amo?
Amo?
Okay, Amo, I think it's like minimum entry price 2001.
2001. So
Per square
if
foot?
you're gonna be spending, don't talk about size, just talk
Yes.
about the per square foot value.
Ah.
2001. Are you gonna spend in Ang Mo Kio or in Sentosa today as an investment?
Amo Kio
I'll spend in
lah.
Ang Mo Kio, yeah.
Why? Sure not. Sure not.
Amo Kio got Amo Kio Hub. Okay
Yeah.
lah, Sentosa so boring.
Sentosa, what do you have?
Sentosa like novelties. It's like a
Yeah.
place where you go,
Yeah.
but
It is what you said just now was, I think, pinpoint everything already. The fact that it is a place for foreigners, Singaporeans will not want to buy there so much.
Yeah.
Unless they're buying as a collection to their many properties.
right.
Yeah, I think Ang Mo Kio would actually serve to be dollar value same.
Yeah.
Ang Mo Kio today, with all the factors, all the conditions that we are in today, Ang Mo Kio will be better lah.
Yeah.
You want to sell in future, you got Aitong, you got St. Nicholas Girls' School and all that. A lot of people will want to put their children there in those schools. Yeah.
Sentosa cannot go down by Prata.
At night, you
So
go
yeah,
for
you are
supper,
right.
so
Mama
leceh,
shop,
right?
you know all these things.
What you
lah.
have down there are all the Western food. Sometimes you just crave
Yeah,
for prata.
you take bicycle lah,
at night.
20 minutes no.
So again, unprofitable condos. It's really, especially if you're a HDB upgrader, you must avoid.
Yeah.
You must
that's
know
true.
all these fundamentals before you go into a condo. Just because you can afford it, just because it's cheaper, doesn't mean it will increase in price.
Correct.
For example, at Rivervale, there's a condo, there's an old condo, Rivervale something.
The Rivervale.
The Rivervale, is it? Yeah, it's an old condo, 1999. It's cheap, right? But in terms of price appreciation, I don't think it's there. For example, I would say, you might as well you probably consider something.
I beg to differ. Okay, so basically, yes, when things has been, when we saw Rivervale was stagnant, that was a period whereby there's a lot of new options in the market.
Yes.
Yeah, but as you can see in the last 1.5 years, Rivervale actually did very, 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 very well. I mean, we don't have the figures ready lah, sorry. But that's because a lot of buyers today, they want size.
Right.
So some of them will forego age
Yeah.
for size instead. I mean, they don't
That's
mind
true.
getting a 20-year-old condo because it's going to be 1,001 3-bedroom. Versus if they want to buy a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, or even a brand new condo, 3-bedroom is just going to be 900 plus square feet.
Correct.
Yeah, so they will feel that, hey, I'm coming from a 4-room HDB flat or even a 5-room BTO. I'm going from 1,001 square feet to 900 square feet. I don't want lah.
Correct.
Yeah, so, and that's the trend that has been going on for the past 1.5 years. But again, moving forward, I think the factors that will cause stagnation, again, is all about supply and demand. I think in 2025 onwards, right, we're going to see a new level. Like when I bought my current property in
Right.
Pasir Ris, I did not expect to see any profit margin back then.
Yes. Bought
Yeah.
in 2018.
Yeah, but today I'm seeing like cool profits, like going to be selling soon.
Yep.
Keep saying, but never sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but today I'm seeing profits, even though it's an older resale condo. Yeah, so I think the market has shifted. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
that's-
I guess this answers the question. Just now the guy was asking, at what age, do you think that project prices will stay stagnant.
Mm.
So I think we don't even know, because if let's say like like Haikal was saying, if it comes to a certain point where buyers want to go for size, it doesn't matter the age, if like for most of us who are, you have 3 kids, 4 kids, they would want to go for size.
Bigger size.
Yeah. So if you buy the new projects right now, which is so small, and they would buy for older condos which have more
If they are
space.
buying for own stay lah.
Yeah, of course.
So
for
if
own
you ask me,
stay.
after I sell my Pasir Ris resale condo, what am I going to be buying?
Yeah, what are you going to be buying?
Landed
HDB?
property.
Lah, event landed, no money yet lah. There's more people and sell with us, got money lah. But yeah, clearly I'll be buying a new launch, because I know new launch has the highest chance of me seeing a profit down the road.
So rental in between.
It has the highest chance, but also like,
Yeah.
it's
So
just now.
so that's what we advise to all our clients. What you want to buy, you need to understand what your needs are. Is it pure investment? Is it for own stay?
Right.
You got kids to think about, you got parents to think about, then you need to think about your living accommodations and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm lucky. It's just me and my wife and our cats.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are quite mobile. So not everyone is like that. Yeah. So what you want to buy has to fit your needs and lifestyle first.
And lifestyle.
yeah.
You're right.
So maybe we can wrap it up soon.
Actually, not yet.
Not yet.
Again,
cannot.
we could
Cannot
be
go off.
talking. Not yet. We have 10 more minutes to
Sure.
discuss this topic.
All right.
So maybe we can get back to Wawa. Wawa has, upgraded from a HDB to a condo before,
Yeah, forgot about this.
but
Sorry,
it was
sorry.
back then.
Yeah.
How did you choose this condo? Then, make a lot of money, right? Make a lot of money.
Yeah, I
Was
did,
it
I
by
did.
luck or was it by design?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Also, any questions? Please.
Any questions, please
type.
ask. Now, how many people already? We got Mahi, please.
16. Wow, 16.
16,
Oh,
back to
right.
16. Sorry to the bosses. Your employees are
Not working.
Not working. But we'll see. Wawa, here's a person that has profited from upgrading
Upgrading
from a HDB to a condo.
Yeah.
So Wawa, what was your experience? Like I said, is it by luck or by design?
Okay. I guess the agent who guide.
Back then, you were not a property agent, right?
I wasn't.
You were
okay.
with a bank.
That episode, motivated me to be an agent actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I actually just wanted to upgrade to a 5-room from a 4-room to a 5-room. And this agent he sat down with me, lay out my options, like what we're doing now.
So you never wanted to go to a condo lah in the first place lah.
Never did.
Some agent upsell you lah.
Yeah,
Kena upsell.
Clever this agent, huh?
back then takut lah, like how if I can pay my monthly installment and then the management fees and all. But
Well, I
he
tell you,
really,
that's the same problems our clients face today.
Right now,
So 20
right.
years ago,
I would
scared to
say-
upgrade.
Yeah.
Today, also scared to upgrade for the same exact reason,
After
affordability.
10 years
Yes.
also.
Yeah. So
Still,
what did the agent do? Sorry, I keep cutting you. Very rude.
yeah. He sat down, lay out the options. He did my calculations. Made comparison. So when I was looking at it, like a 1 million HDB property compared to
Last time got 1 million HDB? Don't
no
have
lah. I mean like because I'm buying HDB for almost 600,000, 500 plus 600,000, and a private property, a condo. The condo which I bought, Yishun, was almost the same price, 600.
Guys,
Wow, that
Yishun,
must have
can
been
make
a
money,
peak price, because if 20 years ago, 5-room was 600,000,
Yeah,
today, also 600,000.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then how many years older? 15 years older. The HDB flat.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the condo that you bought it for
600
plus also. Wow.
600
Three bedder, 600 plus thousand.
Crazy.
Three bedder, 600 plus
A
thousand.
5-room HDB flat at one point of time was exactly the same price as a 3-bedroom condo.
Yeah. So that was a no-brainer
Wow.
lah.
Yeah.
So your
but-
agent is one by luck lah, by luck. Okay, so you think?
Thank
Okay,
you.
like by luck,
agent,
and then yeah. So when I sold my what the agent did was he made sure that I do not have to top up cash after 7-8 years,
Wow.
which made me decide, okay, I'm gonna go
Safe.
for this.
Right.
Yes, because it's a safe option for me. Yeah. So I did when I bought the condo, and then after this condo was a lifesaver for me. So after 7 years plus 8 years staying
Stay in the property.
in the property. No, I stayed there for 5 years.
Okay.
But my CPF was able to actually pay this condo for another 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I sold it for my agent was here.
Is this your agent?
Yeah.
Oh my
No, but
God.
he wasn't the agent who
Bought.
bought for me.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
sold.
yeah. He sold
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
So I remember the price that we sold, it was 980 or 930.
yeah, 9:30.
9:30,
Yes,
yeah.
9:30. He sold it for me at 9:30. I bought it,
But
Okay,
if
so
you
how much profits? Let's just get down to the juicy part. How much profits do
About
you make?
200 plus.
200,000
Yeah,
plus.
200 plus, yeah.
So if she bought a HDB flat back then, you wouldn't be
I
getting
will be
200
losing
plus,
my
you-
CPF.
losing money. Okay, so
Yes,
she went to
yes.
again the condo that she chose. There's
Oh,
some
wow,
fundamentals.
got new comments.
And yeah, they made a profit. So we're just gonna go to the questions that
Yes.
we are receiving. When's the best time to upgrade from HDB to condo for investment?
After TOP, after MOP,
After MOP, settle. After MOP, highest price point,
highest cash profit.
highest cash profits. You can leverage. You can buy another property. For investment, I don't know.
That is assuming your income, you have enough CPF, all can support your purchase.
Yes.
Like yesterday, I was with a client. Okay, they are gonna be planning to upgrade to a 900K condo.
Okay.
Their income is 6.5,
Combine.
under 7.
Oh,
All right, but because they are buying a property cheap enough, and but they are young, they my age, 32, 33.
Young.
They're
yeah.
young. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's 32.
they have enough cash, they have enough CPF reserve to last them, no cash top up for 15 years.
Okay, 50 years safe lah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how
Well, they are from Canberra. Canberra has high cash profit. So
There's no 120.
Plus, yeah,
Okay,
they haven't sold it.
explains.
So, I mean, we have to engineer. You have to engineer your cash deposit, and it can mean that you have 15 years, no need to cash deposit,
No need to
pay
cash
on.
top up.
Yeah,
Correct.
Why
It's
did I bring
just
this up?
just
Best
just
time.
to it's like a safety net thing lah, right? If you're out of job, these 15 years can tide you through, and in 15 years. There are many points, there are many chances of you making money.
Yes,
Right? Market
yes.
goes up and down.
Right.
So Amirul, the best time to upgrade
From HDB to condo just now answered.
TOP, when you
MOP,
MOP,
fifth year,
as well as you have enough income,
right?
as well as after you meet up with HeroHomes. That's the best time.
Okay, what if let's say like if you just want to wait for another 1 year, would it make a difference? The 5th year and the 6th year?
Okay. If you're a HDB cluster, a new BTO cluster, so let's say there's another HDB cluster, just 1 year later they're gonna MOP.
MOP.
You will probably lose your shine. Your HDB block will probably
Yeah.
lose demand because you are no longer the new kids on the block.
Yeah.
Next
that's
month
true.
got another estate.
Next month got another estate. But if you're living at let's say Sky, let's say at Dawson, what's that? Sky Suites at Dawson. No more MOP around there. You are the only ones. Probably you can still tahan for the 6-7 years. Still got demand.
Yeah.
Okay. If Punggol, be careful because there's too many
Too
MOPs.
many, yeah, that's true.
Every week got a new one.
Every
Yeah.
week got somewhere. Yishun also.
Okay, so Amirul asked whether he has to serve your HDB loan first before moving on to a condo. What he's trying to ask is,
Clear
must you clear off before you upgrade to a condo? No, you can have multiple loans for multiple properties, but if you don't sell your HDB flat and you upgrade and you buy a second HDB private property, you will have to pay a very, very high tax. You have to pay extra, 15-20% ABS.
Additional buyer stamp duty.
Yeah, so you have to pay additional tax. That means if you want to buy a 1 mil condo and then you want to rent out your HDB, you actually have to pay 150K in cash tax to IRAS first.
Right.
So it's not something I would recommend to do. So what almost all our clients do is they sell their HDB first and then they buy whatever they want to buy lah.
Right.
Either 1 condo, 2 condo.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't have to serve your HDB loan.
Mahi is asking, just curious, so you as agents, will you engage agents
Okay,
to
I
sell?
engage
You
Haikal
engage
back
Haikal?
then
Right.
because
Why?
I was doing HDB only.
Okay.
And
Haikal pro lah.
Haikal is a pro lah. That time, only what private property I don't do HDB last time, So so I got his help.
So besides that, personally, if I were to sell my property, I probably engage an agent because I want to be away from all that emotional.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like you think your property is so good,
Sakit
Yeah,
kepala.
right? Then after that, somebody say no good. Then
Yeah.
after that, you are expecting too
I-
high a price.
I mentioned to many people many times that I want to sell my property. Actually, my SSD, I just cleared my SSD. June was my 3
Sell
years.
stamp duty.
Yeah. So now I can sell my property without any incurring any tax.
Mm.
I think one reason why I've been delaying so much is the fact that, oh my God, I actually have to start the process of marketing.
Yes.
Actually, all right. If I were to engage someone to do it, the
Yeah.
person will just come in. I don't
Yeah,
have to be the one doing it.
Yeah. Then sometimes the offer come in also.
Yeah, then
You know?
you're so sure.
You are so clouded
I
because
will be
it's
too
your
emotional.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's your thing.
Okay lah, Mai, you guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we
just
will.
ask.
Most
Let's go back
property
to the main topic just now. We're talking about unprofitable condos. There was this lease,
Wait,
you know.
wait. So to answer Mahi, would you still engage an agent
Yes.
to help or do your
Yes,
own?
we will.
I probably pay
I will.
and engage an agent.
That's
Not because I'm a property
that's why I
agent.
engage Haikal.
I won't.
Yeah, you know when I
do myself.
sold my car, also I never DIY. I found people to sell off my car.
I've tried selling my car on my own. Wah, I
Now
tell
car
you,
topic already.
alamak.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's much easier to just let go.
Yeah lah, that's why.
The best is when you scrap your car, you don't have to deal with anyone. You just like, hey, who want to give me the highest
Right,
price?
the highest, yeah.
Yeah,
So
because when
dealer
you
does it for you, right?
Right.
dealer, or
Yeah.
don't know lah, the scrap yard
And
place.
then the negotiation parts and all. I don't
Yeah,
think you want to go
it's
through
too
that
much things going
stress.
on lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, going back to the main subject, this list of unprofitable condos, I feel like it's too nitpicking. You know, it's just a random, I can also find a list of very profitable condos.
Yeah.
And it's I promise you, it's gonna be very profitable. I can show you the list, but this is based on an article. But I hope, but again,
But this new video we're working on, quality, price, and exit strategy.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
framework
if
lah.
we apply that framework to all these 5 projects, right, I think we can find why. I think, for example, sale back then was very cheap. Now 2000 plus. I mean, not much things going on already lah. Exit strategy is gone for the sale, for example.
the sale Marina Bay, yes.
Let's say Marina Bay, exit strategy is gone because after all the new ABSD, a lot of second property owners are out of the market.
You're right.
So a lot of Singaporeans not buying second properties already. That's why the sale, that's why Reflections not doing very well. They're not attracting enough own stayers. Yeah, whereas Park Rosewood,
There's no true demand,
There's
you
no
think
true
that?
demand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and then the rental also cannot make it.
Correct.
Yeah. So what's the point of holding a property bleeding in cash left, right, and center? So, and then you got Park Rosewood, Eco, and Urban Vista. I think they were all launched too high.
Yeah, 2017,
Yeah, and then
16, yeah.
Park Rosewood and Urban Vista also layout no good lah.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I think that's about it. We wish we can talk a lot more. We like to talk about all these things. But we're just gonna wrap it up. So stay tuned. When is our next session, Mahi?
Maybe not next week.
So
lah, guys.
probably around next week or next.
Maybe, maybe.
This is our first Virgin live.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a comment or how it can be improved. What do you want to talk about? We can talk anything and everything.
I think we
about
can improve
property.
by improving the background.
Yeah, background
there.
is
The
so
back
wide.
here. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll improve that. But thanks to those
Maybe
who,
more awards.
those who set in 16 of you.
Thank you so much.
You are our pioneer people. Yeah.
award.
Wow, so big, the trophy. Not bad, Made of silver. Oh, now
So thank you,
highest is 20 views.
Yeah, thank you to all the 20
People wanna go
viewers
off, then
who
you come.
took time and watch us and
Yeah.
hope whatever that's been shared here, really benefit
Yeah.
our viewers.
Hey, by the way, we're gonna share a lot of secrets, in these talks, this live thingy. It's not gonna be planned, right? So you better stay tuned, you guys. Okay, tell your bosses again.
Okay, Haikal is busy, so,
Okay, so that's
signing
it.
off.
Yeah, thank you, Wawa. Thank you, Haikal, and see you guys soon. Elfie, HeroHomes signing off. Take care.
Private.